top 16 to 4400.
Alright, hey YouTube, we got Ruben, say your name?
Ruben Jimenez.
And he got
top 16 to 4400 YCS.
YCS 100 with chain burn. So he's gonna give me a deck profile. So first start off with the monsters.
Alright, we got lava golems. Got 3 for Lagias, Dolkas, stuff like that. You get a Geometry, lava golem. Yeah, you can really lock them down. You know, they get crazy, try to attack. Got D-walls and cylinder. Marshmallow, you know, it's not Reaper because it's the 1000 burn damage, and it doesn't die to Lance, like which everybody's maining up their ass. And Morphine Jar, you know, I don't care if I play Dark Road. Let it flip. I need all the draw cards. Scarecrow, just 1, just in case Insector, you know, should really try to go nuts and, you know. You have to make Morphine Jar. Alright, the spells, really easy. One day a piece is broken. I ripped on some guys so bad. I had no cards in hand, no nothing. One day a piece into a burn card, pass, next turn drew another burn, set them for game.
And the Power Duality standard, Chain Strike, and then
Scapegoat.
And then for the Scapegoat, you get 4 tokens.
Yeah.
No, I mean like what do they help with? Like,
the Scapegoat? Well, it's basically like a mini stall, kind of like a roar. You know, if they attack, one, it did its job. You know, if you can stall them out for like more than 1 turn, you know, if they took a couple hits, you know, it's already done its job. You know, when Dino tries to overextend, you know, they never want to Lagia this.
So it's mainly to protect your life points.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the goats just hang out, you know.
Alright, and then onto the traps, we got the basic.
Accumulated, Reckless, Legacy, you know, all basic. These are better than jars, just because people play Piper Chaos, you know, you draw 2 off the Kinko. Just Desserts, Secret Barrels.
Okay, so he runs 2 Geometry, he only runs 1 Jar of Greed. And he runs 2 Cylinder and 2 Dimension Walls for the attack, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. We got Ceasefire, then what I've been playing today, different, it's the Metal Reflex Lens.
Yeah.
Summons.
Big monster. And then he's got the Just Desserts and 2 Threatening Roars.
Yeah.
And then for side deck, you got side deck
is right here. I probably should have changed it up a little. I had like kind of a crappy side deck.
Yeah, I had crappy too.
So you got Heavy Storm. Double Mystical.
What was that for? Heavy Storm?
Heavy Storm, everybody thinks, you know, they can just set whatever they want. You know, Burn Deck is never going to heavy me, you know, because they're going to set everything. You know, there's a guy set like 4 back row. I potted Duality, got heavy everything. Then I set 5. And there went Decree, there went Mystical, and he just, you know, it was over from there. You know, you could really catch somebody, you know, not prepared with the Heavy Storm. Mysticals for the Decrees.
Yes.
Emergency Provisions, how I got cheated today.
What happened?
I Dimension Walled.
Yeah.
He responded with Royal Decree.
Yeah.
And then I chained a couple other cards, and then I sent them all to the graveyard with emergency provisions.
Yeah.
Decree only negates cards face up on the field.
Yeah.
Everything was in the grave. So they said, oh, it doesn't count. But which is like completely like opposite of what, you know, happens with Skill Drain.
Yeah.
You know, you Skill Drain activate an effect, book, you know, torrential, you know, it still goes through. So they're still trying to justify that over there.
Alright.
Cyber Dragons, you know, you catch wind up, you know, with all their things. You just go into Chimera attack. They never have anything back row to, you know, stop you from attacking. You get a couple, you know, of grand in an attack. Yeah, it's really good. The Volcanic Queen for, you know, Dino. They think they're good. They're only going to leave the Lagia on board. You know, here you go. You take this anyways. Necromani King for Dark World.
Yeah.
Wind up, you know, ends their turn. A guy card deed me.
Yeah.
And then it just ended his turn, and he's like, and then I killed him basically right after that. Got Reaper. You know, I was gonna probably have to have another Reaper or a Marshmallow, you know, in the side for, you know, Dino to start setting everything. They can't get through all of it. They don't have enough like chalices, you know, stuff like that. Starlight Road really did not help. Kind of like crap. Double Battle Fader. You know, for decks trying to rush, you know, try to overcame me. Another Scarecrow, same thing. And then 2 Shadow Mirrors for Dark Road.
And Insector.
Huh?
And Insector.
Yeah, Insector and Shadow Mirror. You know, they try, you know, don't expect you. And it's a continuous, you can chain it, it counts as part of the chain. So.
Alright, that's the deck. Thanks a lot, guys.